Merch Minds Podcast, episode 97. I'm Glenn, and Yong is here.
Hello.
And action-packed show. I don't know why my skin looks a little weird. If you're watching it, I don't know what happened there. But anyways, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, man. It's we got a pretty cool show for you today. We'll talk about that here in a second. But what happened to you on the show, man? How come you didn't make it?
Oh yeah. So today,
what's your freaking excuse this week, huh?
All right. So this week we had a very special guest, but Yong handled the interview on his own, like the grown man that he is. And I was actually out. I talked about it maybe like 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, on one of the live shows. So I got like a small cut, like right under my eye. So it's like a little swollen, and I set up an appointment, and then they canceled on me. So I have to go back on Tuesday, and really I skipped the interview because I had this appointment and it didn't even go down. But I don't know. I just trying to get back to normal. I don't know what's going on. People have asked if it's pink eye. It's not pink eye. At least if it was pink eye, I could get rid of it quicker. I've had this for maybe like a month and a half already. And I was like, you know what? I should probably go see.
You had that cut freaking for a month and a half?
Yeah, I even tried. I mean, I tried whatever ointment and Neosporin and other things that handle small cuts. It looked like it was doing good. And then it just never got better. And it's just like a small red cut. I don't know if it's just because it's so close to the eye. I don't know what's going on.
It's not on your eye, right? This is like your eyelid, or
bottom eyelid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, well, check this out, dude. This is a true story. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
This is years ago. My ex and I remember we were driving. And it was like where we were living at the time, like they had this crazy rainstorm. It was like probably like one of the worst rainstorms to date at the time. And in fact, it was so bad, like the water had gotten basically the water wasn't. We weren't able to drink the tap water.
Mm-hmm.
So they were telling us to either boil the water or buy bottled water, right? That's how pretty severe the storm was. So anyway, the storm was so bad, like all the roads were flooded, and they had like all these detour routes. Anyway, there was one night we just needed water, right? So we were on our way to the store. Again, the roads were flooded. You know, we're taking all these detour routes. Long story short, dude, we were involved in a head collision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I was able to swerve at the last second, and the driver's side, which was my side because I was obviously the driver, took most of the damage, and my face went through the driver's side glass,
mm-hmm.
Glass had gotten in my right eye,
mm-hmm.
right, and and because of the glass had gotten in the right eye, it like tore the I don't know what you call it, like the cornea, whatever the hell you call it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, dude, they had to go in and like put stitches like in my eye for that to heal.
And how long did that take to heal?
Couple of weeks. And even to this day, like whenever I go in for my annual checkup for my glasses and my contact lenses, they can still see the scar. They're like, "Oh, man, that's a pretty nasty scar." I mean, knock on wood, I didn't lose any vision.
Yeah.
But imagine having stitches like in your eye.
Oh man, brutal.
Is that nuts or what?
I know, that's crazy. And and so what else happened to you? It's mostly just the eye, face. What about like neck or back?
I had like 30 stitches on the left side of the face. In fact, you can still see the scar. Like I try and cover it up with the sideburns here. You know, my whole Elvis Presley look. But I still have a scar right here. But that was pretty much most of the damage. But yeah, that's, you talk about, like, I've never knew they can even do something like that, like to put stitches in your damn eyeball.
Oh man. Well, Yong's full of stories, and he's alive and well. That's the most important part.
Yeah, no, it's nuts. But Stressful week, man. It's been a stressful week. But before I get into all that, let's go over our numbers. I can start. Last 7 days, 83 shirts sold, 4 returns, product purchase, $1,667.57. Estimated royalty, $327.93.
All right. And then mine, last 7 days, products sold 149, returns 5, and estimated royalties $503.22.
Okay, pretty stable, huh?
Yeah, it went up a little bit from last week.
What was last week?
I think last week I was like at 420 something
Okay.
or 400. I don't know. It was something like that. It went up a little bit, but mainly right now I've just been on idea mode and getting through, I guess, like ideas and trademarks. And like I said, I guess the last episode is like I just like to get as many ideas as possible and then go design mode and knock them out. So it's like I like to just go in like certain modes to where I don't have to go back and forth. I feel like it kills my momentum and stuff. So maybe I've gotten like 500 ideas or something, like slogan wise, that I feel like I can get some designs in. But then when I go to design mode, I'm just gonna have to sit there and try to crank out as much as possible. That's gonna take some time, and then you still have to do the upload mode, which is like a whole nother process. So this is gonna be a while, I think, before, I don't know when, maybe I should stop at like 800 ideas or 1,000 ideas, I don't know, but it wouldn't make sense to keep on going with like thousands of ideas and then I don't do any design mode for a while or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have to figure that out.
I've pretty much told you guys I'm not designing anymore. I'm just burnt out. Yeah, I'm just pretty much outsourcing my designs now.
And did you upload quite a bit last week or no? Or this week, the last 3-4 days?
I upload on a regular basis. I talked about the girl that I hired. I haven't given her any work this past week because I've been so busy, and actually, I can talk about that now. So you know how I've been talking about we're going to be renovating the office at my day job. I was initially told it's going to be the end of September and then the first week of October, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. And I've been kind of slowly packing up until this point. Well, anyway, after the long weekend, after Labor Day weekend, I come into work on Tuesday because obviously we had Monday off. They're like, okay, guys, this is Tuesday. You guys need to pack up all your stuff by Thursday evening because they're going to start the renovation on Friday. And I was like, I thought you said it wasn't going to happen till the end of the month. They're like, yeah, but change your plans. So basically, dude, I had to freaking empty out the whole office, everything, right? I had to clear everything out by yesterday evening.
Yeah.
So that gave me what, Tuesday afternoon, and then all day Wednesday, and then all day Thursday to clean everything out, right? And it just, dude, I'm so freaking exhausted right now. I'm just like, I'm dead tired, man. I'm dead tired. So that's why I haven't submitted any design to my designer, the one that I hired from San Jose State, because I've been so busy with the whole move, man. And it's just, and if you guys know, I mean, look, moving alone is just stressful, right?
Yeah.
Imagine boxing everything up in 2 days. Dude, I'm freaking dead tired, man. So I'm completely exhausted, and like I said, I haven't submitted anything to my designer since. I'll get something to her hopefully by this weekend. Other than that, man, how's your week?
It's been all right. I also wanted to touch on well, I guess nothing new as far as like reselling / merch stuff. As far as that stuff, everything's been all right. I think one of the things I wanted to mention for merch though was so right now, especially this week, Kaepernick, Nike, things, all over the place right now as far as like internet goes, and they had commercials and they had ads and
Yeah,
all of this. And
I'm
and right now in merch, there's probably at least like couple of hundred Kaepernick slash,
idiots,
believe in something
idiots.
and sacrificing everything shirts.
Yes,
Um
you guys are sacrificing your damn accounts. That's what you're doing.
and there's it's kind of, man, some are just so ballsy to put even Kaepernick's like actual
Well, it's
face
not even
on it for
Kaepernick, man.
ads and like,
I know they just announced that Burt Reynolds had passed away yesterday, and then
yeah,
wasn't there some rapper that just passed away today?
Mac Miller, yeah.
Never even heard of the guy, but and I'm not trying to be funny. I just never heard of him. But yeah, and watch. I bet you people will start making shirts about Burt Reynolds and Mac Miller, which is look. How many times have we talked about this, and yet people keep still doing it? Right?
Trying to capitalize on
It's
whatever
freaking stupid, man. In fact, it's so dumb. I don't even want to talk about it, man. I mean, we talked about it so many times. It's just dumb. But football season is here, man. I'm so excited. You guys heard me mention that. Look, I don't watch television. The only time I turn on the freaking television is during football season or to watch The Walking Dead. And football season here is here amongst us. Um, I am going to the opening game on Sunday. The 49ers, they're my team, Bay Area. In fact, the stadium is like freaking 10 minutes away from here.
Who are they playing? First game.
I don't even know. My friend just called me and said, let's go. And I'm like, I'm down. So I don't even know. I have no clue who we're playing.
Okay, let me check. I'll check for you.
Yeah, why don't you check for me? But I'm still trying to figure out how you became a damn Dolphins fan, considering you live in El Paso, Texas. I'm still trying to figure that out. Hey, did I ever tell you my story about how almost, and again, true story. Did I ever tell you the story about how I almost became like a scouting agent for the Dolphins?
Oh yeah, you did tell me that story.
Oh, dude, that's a crazy story.
You did tell me that story.
Yeah, man. You know what? I won't tell the story this week because there's a lot of things I want to get into. But
Apparently, 49ers are playing the Vikings this week, but it
okay.
said at US Bank Stadium, which means that's in Minnesota.
Well, then what the hell is my friend talking about?
I have no clue.
Are you sure?
That's what it says.
Dude, this idiot texted me and said, "Let's go to the game on Sunday." And you know what? I'm not going to get into it.
Maybe
right?
LA or something.
I don't know. He texted me freaking this morning talking about let's go to the game. Maybe he's stoned. Anyway, going back to look, true story. I almost became like a scouting agent for the Miami Dolphins, your favorite team. It's a crazy story. I'm not gonna get into it. It's actually really funny. It's a funny story.
And I do know Yong does have NFL connections.
I do,
Because
but
yeah, we don't say any names, but I do know who he knows and all the stories. And he has actual proof. So because I'd be like, man, Young's just talking out of his ass again. First, random eye stitching accident thing. Now he's like coaching the Dolphins and like just
ain't no one said that about no damn coach. It's a scouting agent. Okay. But yeah, maybe I'll tell you guys the story some other time. But I need to figure out this 49er game thing because I have no clue. He texted me this morning talking about let's go to the game. Anyway, so AMS update. We got, I think a lot of us, well, I shouldn't say a lot, many of us got the message last week from Amazon saying that some of us got the confirmation code, which, I went through the whole process of doing, but I haven't heard anything back. I don't know if anyone was actually approved. I do know of a couple people that are approved, but not to mention any names, but these are some of the heavy hitters in the community. But I think regular Joes like us, we're still waiting for access. So we'll see. Someone sent me a message actually, Glenn,
Hmm.
today, and they were complaining about returns on Amazon.
Hmm.
And again, I don't want to mention any names, but it's someone that you and I both know. But they were complaining about how their return rate on Amazon is really high.
For in general or just merch
And, and,
shirts?
and I think, well, maybe it's just for him, right?
Okay. Well,
But
because in
then,
general, I can understand with Q4 mode, like when Q4 ends and you just get
right,
like a
right.
bunch of returns after Christmas.
But check this out, okay? And look, I don't know how true this is. This is just based on one person telling me. But he told me, he sent me a message. He goes, "Oh, I know why I'm getting so much returns." And I was like, "Okay, well, tell me." He said he's getting a lot of returns because he was saying that if a customer complains about how long it takes to get a shirt,
Hmm.
right? Amazon uh, 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 will give them a full refund, right? Just based on a complaint. Amazon will give the customer a refund, which obviously takes away our commission. I don't know how true this is. This is just based on this one person's um, message that he sent to me.
Mm.
But he was saying if a customer is to complain, uh, Amazon would then give that customer a full return, or not return, but a refund, which
Hmm.
obviously takes away from our commission.
And usually I think if they're running a little late or they're trying to figure out something, it'll tell you though before you buy it, like expected delivery or in-hand state or something like that,
Yeah,
right? I mean, it should.
I don't. Yeah, it should. Again, I don't know. This is just based on the conversation that I had with him earlier today.
Yeah. I mean, who
Um,
knows? I mean, returns last, I mean, it was like 2 weeks ago. Remember I was telling you my returns was like at 11 or 13 returns or something. It was like the highest I'd seen in like the seven
mhm.
day. So who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Like I said, that was just based on, um, based on one person messaging me this morning. Um, had a really cool conversation with Mike Wall this morning. He's going to be up in Seattle for the conference.
Oh,
I don't,
nice. That's cool.
I don't, I don't think he's given a presentation. I really, really hope he changes his mind and he does give a presentation, because I think a lot of people, even though not many people are talking about it like they were a few months ago, I think
Hmm.
many people are still interested in doing the whole local merch method.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it right now because, again, I'm just trying to balance too many projects. And I told you guys I got frustrated after my last deal fell through. But that's something I'm going to revisit at some point. But really cool conversation, and it was funny because Mike mentioned, he goes, "Oh, I thought he what did he say? He goes, "Oh, I thought you don't like merch anymore." I said, I never said that. I was like, I never said I don't like merch. Am I frustrated? Yeah, I'm frustrated. I've said this 100 times. I have a love-hate relationship with Amazon merch, but I've never said that I don't like, I don't like merch. I'm just really frustrated with all the changes, and how the sales haven't been what it was like, 5 months ago.
Yeah.
It's easy for Mike to say because the guy's making millions. Mike, freaking Mike, wow, man, I love that guy. Anyway, hey, do you remember Daniel Berrientos?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. He was actually one of our first guest when we first started the podcast. Anyway, congratulations, Daniel. I don't. He doesn't know I'm saying this, uh, but the guy just told me that they're expecting a child in
Oh, nice.
December. So congratulations to Daniel. So my question would be then, when do we expect a little hustler hacks running around?
Oh man, you know how often I get this question. Not only that, I mean the parents have been waiting for a while,
Hmm.
but yeah, I don't know. I don't know what if
Did you
and
get
when.
Did you get checked downstairs, man? Are you shooting blanks or what?
No, they're alive and well.
Okay, all right,
They're
just making
just
sure.
man, imagine the responsibility of a kid.
Nah, you know what? I'm obviously being funny, but I'm sure you probably hear this all the time. Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
a lot of pressure.
I've been thinking about it though next year, maybe. Maybe.
Hmm.
just in the talks, but
Okay. No, I think it's something you don't just do just because you want to do it, right? I mean, no, seriously, right? I mean, raising a child is a huge responsibility, and obviously, if it happens, I mean, you want to be the best parent that you can be, but at the same time, it does. Uh, at least in my opinion, it takes a lot of planning, right?
yeah, I mean, it's a life changer.
It
So
is. It is. So, I would say definitely live your life and do what you got to do now. But I can't wait, man. When it does happen, um, that will be a fun moment, and I can't wait to celebrate that celebrate that with you. Our 100th episode is coming up
yes, sir.
real soon. What episode is this again?
We're on
98?
97.
97.
Yeah.
So we're just a few episodes away. I've been working diligently, just contacting previous guests, and because we're gonna do a giveaway, and I've reached out to people like Penji and Neil from Merch Informer, and a lot of these guys are gonna donate their products and services to
Amazon's donating an account
Amazon's donating a $2 million Merch by Amazon account to
with
one.
10,000 designs preloaded.
Exactly. Man, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Dude, you know what? If they did something like that, I wouldn't even mention that particular giveaway. I'll just fill out my name for every damn entry. I won't even mention it to the public. But yeah, I reached out to some previous guests, and a lot of people are they're on board. They're going to be helping us celebrate by donating some of their products and services. Penji's on board. Neil from Merchant Informer is on board. Matt Carlett from Merch Design Factory is going to donate a package of a bundle of designs, and we have a bunch of stuff that we're going to do.
That'd be cool.
I'll donate some stuff. Glenn would donate some stuff. So yeah, that'll be a fun show. And I got to reach out to some more people.
Nice, pretty cool. Yeah, like
Yeah,
3 weeks away.
3 weeks away. We still need to figure out how we're going to do this, because you were talking about how you want to do the 100th episode in Seattle.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Wait, is it?
Um,
It's a 27th, 29th. And this is coming out on the 10th, so 97, 98, 99. So yeah, we'd have to make up a random episode in between.
I don't know. That's something we can discuss behind the
Yeah.
scenes if that's something you want to do. I mean, we can definitely record something in Seattle and then just hold off, a week before we release it to the public. But that's something we can
Yeah,
discuss.
we'll figure that out. Yeah,
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let's see. Oh, so one thing I do want to mention, something that's coming up here, something that that I've been, I guess, kind of working on. So, and this is something that I showed you, Glenn. So if you guys are publishing journals, you know that the process of taking your merch designs and then resizing it in Photoshop, after doing it like 100 times, it just becomes a slow and painful process, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of why I kind of stopped doing it, because again, after having done 100 resizes, I just got burnt out. And I talked about hiring my friend's son to do it, which I am going to do. In fact, I'm supposed to go to their house later this evening to meet up with his son and go over the whole logistics of how he can go about doing it. Anyway, the process is so, like I said, it's slow and painful. And one of the main reasons why I stopped uploading was because I just didn't want to resize anymore. Well, anyway, a guy had heard some previous episodes, and he heard me talk about how such a long process it is, right? Anyway, he contacted me, and he said, "Hey, Yong, I got this Chrome extension that I want you to try." And you know as much as I do, Glenn, how many freaking messages do we get on a weekly basis? People trying to push the products,
I know
right?
it's like a lot. It's like random things I've even heard of, but
Right.
we get
So,
the
and
emails.
you know what? And so I got this message, and I'm being completely honest with you guys. I don't normally respond to stuff like this. I don't know why, but I responded, and we got into a conversation. He showed me his Chrome extension, right?
Hmm.
And I'll try to make this as quick as possible because I want to get into the interview. But anyway, he showed me this Chrome extension, and if you guys if you guys took Kelly's course, in the course she talks about every time you have a different trim size meaning the size of the book, right? Is it a 6 by 9, 8.5 by 11, 8.5 by 10, whatever, right? Every time you want a different trim size, you have to go and download the template, right?
Yeah.
And then, or every time you have a different page count, right?
Yeah.
Let's say this week I'm publishing journals that's just 100 pages long, right? I
Hmm.
have to go download that template, right?
Yeah.
And then let's say next week I want to publish journals that's 120 pages. Well, that means I have to go download that template again, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy contacts me about this Chrome extension, and he said, "Look, I have a solution to your frustration. Basically, this Chrome extension, he developed it where it's smart enough to do all the calculation for you in one spot. All you do is you enter your trim size, how many pages you want, and the app automatically will create a template for you. It'll calculate everything and create a template for you. So the days of having to go download a template every time, those days are over. Not just that, now you can easily resize your design, right, in this Chrome extension. And I showed it to you. It was pretty freaking cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and here's the thing. Again, I won't talk too much about it. I think I had a few beta testers, and overall the response had been good. I think people were expecting this Chrome extension to like replace Photoshop.
Yeah.
No, nothing's ever going to replace Photoshop. Okay, this extension is really is just again the most powerful feature is that all the extensions is calculated for you in one spot. Okay, um, that's where you're going to benefit from it all. That's something that I think the guy's going to try and launch by early next week. I'll let you guys know. He is going to have a special on it, but really powerful tool. And I'm going to, like I said, meet up with Steven's son later this evening. I'm going to show him the Chrome extension and just have him use that from now on.
Yeah.
Uh, but okay, let's get into the show, the interview. We have Harris from I'm not going to even try and pronounce his damn last name. We have Harris from Pretty Merch. I've been trying to get this guy on for almost a month now, but because he lives in a different country, we've been having issues with our schedules. Finally, his scheduled for this show. Everything worked out perfect. Good guy, man. Good guy. But he talks about just how passionate he is about developing the app. He said a lot of his time is really just spent on developing and updating the app. So for any of the Chrome, pretty much Chrome extension users, you guys should be really, really fortunate that he's spending so much time on this. But he talks about it all, man. He talks about why he developed it, how much time that he puts into it, and let's talk to Harris. I have an awesome guest today for you guys. And he's someone that I've been trying to get on the show for some time now, but because of our schedule, it's been really difficult. But I finally have him here. Harris from Pretty Merch. Harris, I'm not even going to try and pronounce your last name. How do you pronounce your last name?
It's Greek. It doesn't have an English pronunciation, so it's Petrasidis.
Okay. Harris,
But
whatever he
yeah,
said, thank you so much for being here, man. Where are you calling in from? Because, like I said, we've talked a few times now. And we've been trying to get you on the show, but because of the time difference, it's been really difficult.
yeah, I live about halfway around the world from where you are, so it is a bit difficult. Yeah.
Yeah.
I live in Cyprus. It's it's in Europe basically, but
Okay.
on the very edge.
On the very edge. What time is it there right now?
It's 10:30 at night.
10:30.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, I know it's super late. I won't take up too much of your time. Again, I'm so grateful that you're even here. Unfortunately, Glenn, he's not here. I think he's out sunbathing or something. I don't know what the hell he's doing, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. You don't want to talk to the guy anyway. Okay.
I've
You want
seen him
to,
in a couple of videos. Yeah,
yeah.
he looks like a
Trust.
nice guy. I'm really
Look,
honest.
we're not here to talk about Glenn. Okay, I'm here to talk to
All
you.
right.
Okay, you want to talk to me. Okay, that's the thing.
All
So,
right.
pretty much, I think, in my opinion, it's probably the number one Chrome extension for merch by Amazon. And look, maybe like I don't see all the data and the analytics like you do, but I think you guys are probably like the number one Chrome extension. Yeah.
Well, you can see the number of downloads, the number of users, I think, on the web store.
Hmm.
From the ones I know, yeah, as far as downloads are concerned, it is, yeah.
How many downloads do you have so far?
Well, basically, what the web store tells you, it's how many, I think it's weekly users. It's a little bit confusing. I'm not exactly sure what it shows, but it's about 16,000, close to 17 now.
16,000 users,
Yeah.
and that's obviously it's not accurate, but that's a good estimate.
Yeah, it goes up and down, but it's always a couple hundred
Sure.
up and
But
down every day, so more or less.
no, you know what? That's awesome. It doesn't surprise me that there are 16,000 users for the
Well,
extension, because I think, look, I'm not, look, this is, at least for merch by Amazon, this is your extension is the one that I use the most, right? So before we get into the whole Chrome extension and everything, first of all, are you selling on merch by Amazon yourself? I'm assuming you are.
I am, but I'm not very active at uploading and
Hmm.
making new designs. I mean, I have about uh, I think 1,500 designs now, but
Hmm.
I've only uploaded 200. So I really don't have that much time to upload.
No, I
And
completely understand. Yeah, absolutely.
so I've been focusing more on the extension and another business that I have. So I didn't really have the time, and I tried a couple of times to get a VA to help me out,
Hmm.
but that didn't work out. But they weren't doing things exactly the way I liked it. So I just stopped that, and I said, at some other point I'll start again.
Right. No,
I
no,
suppose.
it is. I mean, it's really difficult to upload and to find the time. I mean, you're constantly updating the Chrome extension, and from my
I try, yeah,
from what I understand, you're also a family man. So you're married, and
yeah.
you're trying to raise your kids at the same time. So no, I can totally relate as to how we just don't have enough time in the day. So what made you develop the extension?
Well, first one, I'm a developer. I mean, I have another software business, so it was something that I like doing.
Hmm.
And I'm also sort of obsessed with nice designs as far as user interfaces are concerned. And we all know that the merch, the regular design isn't exactly beautiful.
Yeah.
So I made this initially for myself,
Hmm.
a very, very basic version. I mean, I found a couple of days ago the first mock-up that I did, and it was just a couple of lines of text on the original merch dashboard.
Sure.
And yeah, just played around with it a bit. I was trying to learn how to make extensions as well. And the reason I made it into a publicly available extension was because I posted one day a screenshot of it, and people seemed to like it. There were a couple of good comments, and people who were wanted to use it.
Hmm.
So I just made a really basic version at the beginning, and it took off. I mean, people liked it. It was simple, and hasn't changed that much since. I've added a lot. I've made it. I've tried to improve it in the behind the scenes as much as possible. But as far as interface is concerned, it's only been through one, two changes during the last year.
Yeah, yeah. Now, first of all, I don't know. I don't know how difficult it is because I've never personally developed a Chrome extension. Does Merch? I mean, not Merch. Well, yeah, Merch. Do they even offer an API, or was this something that you had to kind of work around? Because from my understanding, I don't think they even have an API yet.
Not that I know of. I don't know
Hmm.
if anything's changed. They didn't until recently, at least. Uh, yeah, it wasn't much of a workaround. What pretty much does it just takes the data that's already on your dashboard, the same way Chrome downloads it when you normally log in, and it
Hmm.
just presents it in a different way, and it fetches a little more information so you can see everything that you see on your dashboard.
Hmm.
So it's not black magic or something. It just it would have been much easier if there was an API, like there is for Seller Central, for example,
Sure.
and it would have been much more robust. But it works the way it is, and if they introduce an API, I'd be happy to update it and make it faster and better.
Sure. Yeah. So I think the number one question that people, well, first of all, I think a lot of people are already using it, but for the people that are not using it, the number one concern is, well, is Harris taking all our data? Is all my designs are sacred? I don't want people to be stealing my designs. Where is that data being stored?
We Since pretty much is an extension, it means it's downloaded on your computer. So everything it downloads, it's on your computer, everyone's computer separately. So
It's on that computer. You don't see any of our
yeah,
data.
no, we don't have a server, we don't have anything. Everything is done locally on everyone's computer. So all the caching, all the details which are saved, they're saved on everyone's computer. And when you delete the extension, the data goes away with it.
Absolutely. So for all you newbies that are thinking about using Pretty Merch, just to relieve some tension, if you want to call it, he is not storing any of your data. He doesn't see any of that. Okay, I've been using it now for some time, and I've never had any doubts that Harris was stealing my data and my designs. But yeah, so it's an
It is
awesome.
just to, sorry for interrupting you, just
No.
to be totally honest, it is possible for an extension to steal anything from your computer because it's code that's downloaded on your computer and it's running without you knowing exactly what it's doing. So
Hmm.
the concerns they're not totally wrong, but as a business, because pretty much is business now for me as well, it wouldn't be in my best interest anyway to steal people's data. And anyway, if I was actively selling shirts and I wanted to
Hmm.
find best-selling designs, I'd probably just go to Amazon and find them. I mean, it wouldn't be
Sure.
worth developing an extension just to find people's designs.
Right,
So
absolutely.
there is no interest for me, at least,
Yeah. So
to take
basically, what
someone.
Harris is saying is, look, he's made Pretty Merch into a business, and for him to jeopardize, okay, I mean, obviously he's making money at the end of the day, and for him to jeopardize looking at people's data, that's going to ruin his business if you guys ever
Yeah, of
find out.
course.
So he's not what in a nutshell, he's saying it can probably be done, but he's not going to jeopardize his business.
Yeah, and it's
So
not something that you can hide anyway. So I mean, it's very easy for
right.
anyone to find out if it's happening.
Hmm. So how difficult is it to make updates to the Chrome extension? Because and I kind of jokingly mentioned this a few episodes ago. I was like, Harris must go, he must go nuts every time Amazon makes a change, because look, we know Amazon is notorious for making changes, right?
Yeah.
How difficult is it to keep making the changes and being up to date with all those changes?
So, it's not easy. A couple of changes they've made during the last year, they in order to make pretty much work, I had to go back and change half of the code. But that was
Half of the
mainly my
code. Wow.
yeah, it was mainly my fault because it wasn't built it wasn't built correctly in the beginning. It was sort of hard coded, and there were a lot of things that I could have done differently to make it easier to update later on. But
Hmm.
I really didn't think that far forward. So now I am making a lot of changes to help with future updates as well. And probably the biggest thing that I'm working on, and I'm really in a hurry to finish right now, is the reporting for the international marketplaces. Because everyone's
Yeah,
sending me emails asking about what about UK and Germany,
yeah.
and I'm updating both the phone, the iOS and Android apps, and the extension at the same time to make it work for those markets. And also, hopefully, the way it's being done now, if Amazon introduces other markets as well at some point, it
Hmm.
should work automatically with everyone, with all of them.
Okay, okay. Any ETA on when that might be done?
Well, my hopes are for coming Friday.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It's close. I'm testing it now. There are a few bugs and there are a few issues, but if everything goes well, yeah, I'll have it by Friday. If anything unexpected arises, it might be delayed a little bit.
Right, right. Wow, that's awesome. Um, so besides the international data, what are some of the other upcoming features? I know you have them listed in the actual
Hmm.
dashboard, but
Yeah.
for the people that's not using Pretty Merch, I just want to give them a sense of what's being offered here as far as the Chrome
All
extension
right.
is concerned.
Well, other than the dashboard that's already there, where you can see your today's sales and for some specific sales periods, we're gonna add an analytics section where you'll be able to filter by any dates you like, and also filter down based on type of product, on which market it was sold in, the colors, and so on. Get some analytics based on that. Um, and the other part that we're working on is an easier way to manage your uploaded products, a better way to search, a faster way to search through them and find the product that you're looking for to change it, to be able to get some notifications if products that you have uploaded are going to be removed at some point because they haven't had any sales.
Hmm.
It's generally any time-saving features I can think of which or that have been recommended by users, which will just help make the day-to-day merching easier. We're going to be adding them one by one.
Yeah, and right now, and analytics is very important, especially in the
Yeah,
business of e-commerce. And right now, there's one feature that you currently have, which I really like, is we can now see our best selling shirts to date.
yeah,
The 100 best selling shirts to date. And the reason why that's important is because you again, I say analytics is very important. And people like Ken Reel and other big hitters in the merch community, they always talk about, well, you have to know your niche, right? Well, now
yeah, sure.
Harris is giving you a whole list of your 100 best-selling shirts. You can now go down the list, and if there's any, if you can see any patterns as to what niches are selling the best, you can now focus more on that niche. And again, it's actually, and I'm being completely honest here, it's actually helped me build out that specific niche, and I've been able to make more designs, and some, it worked out for the better. But there were some designs that I made, it just never took off. But just having
Yeah,
that data and analytics really helped me out. And then, as we all know, when we first log into Merch, right, there's that tiny little checkbox that says "Keep me logged in," which, as we know, is a huge conspiracy theory. It's the biggest lie in the merch community. But you're able
uh,
to now make pretty merch so that we're logged in all the time.
yeah. Well, you're not exactly logged in all the time. You're still being logged out, but it just logs you in automatically when you're logged out.
Yeah,
It
it
was the
does.
only workaround I could think of to make it
Right.
work.
So I'm not gonna lie, it does log me out periodically. In fact, I was one of the beta testers. I remember you had reached out to me a couple of weeks before you released that feature. I'm not gonna lie, like, it does log me out. I mean, that's the part of technology and whatnot. But I was telling Glenn, I'm like, for the most part, it does such a good job because
Yeah,
every time I do the show, I try to log out because I don't want to hear the cha-ching go off in the middle of the show. But the damn Chrome extension works so good, it doesn't log me out in the middle of the show, which is a good thing. So it's
Yeah.
it works. It keeps it keeps me logged in, and yeah. So that's a great feature.
Well, if you log out manually, I mean, click the sign out button, it should keep you logged out. It shouldn't
No,
sign you
I've
in.
tried that before. Okay, I've tried that in the
Yeah.
past, but like I said, your extension does such a good job. There was a few times it actually kept me logged in. So
Okay.
so I kind of joked about that. I was like, this extension just works too good.
Well, it shouldn't be doing that. I'll have a look at it if it actually does that.
No, it's
But
fine, man. It's fine. No, it's fine. Trust me. In fact, the longer I stay logged in, the better. Um, so I correct me if I'm wrong. I think pretty much you have a free version.
yeah,
Okay, and then you have a paid version. What are the differences?
the biggest differences at the moment are one, the auto relogin that keeps you logged into your account. And the second one is that you can click on different parts of the dashboard and get some analytics of your sales. For example, you can click on the bar chart
Hmm.
and see the sales for each day of the week. Or even when you have a look at your all-time sales chart, you can click on each month and have a look at the sales for that month. And it shows you analytics as far as how much royalties, revenue, sales you had, which were your top selling types of products, if it was premium or standard shirts or pop sockets, which were your top colors, and also the number of each shirt that you sold. And we also have on top of each of the widgets where it says for yesterday how many you sold, last week, last month, and so on. There's an extra button there which says view sales, and that
Mm,
shows you again the analytics for that specific period, plus the analytics for your all-time sales. So that's what's extra in Pro right now. And
sure.
also the upcoming analytics and the product management section, which will be included in Pro.
Hmm. So you guys basically get more analytics in the pro version. Um, Now I'm look, So one thing I learned, Harris, is that the merch community, they are extremely frugal when it comes to paying for stuff like this. How much is it?
It's $9.99, but we come out with offers every once in a while, usually when we have new updates or when there's an event that we'd like to celebrate.
Hmm.
Uh, but the main price, it's $9.99
And that's 9.99 per month, correct?
per month. Yeah, that's right.
Which I think is a bargain. I mean, if you guys break that down into 30 days, that's cents. We're talking cents. Okay, and this
Well,
is a
yeah.
great tool for your business, and I think again, if you want to grow as a business in merch, you need tools like this in order to grow. Because again, we talk about having analytics and stuff in order to grow in particular niches, and Pretty Merch does a really good job. And I'm not just saying this as an affiliate, but as a user of the Chrome extension, it does a really good job. I mean, you're not going to find analytics like this anywhere else. I can almost guarantee it. And maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know about it. But I think Pretty Much, in my opinion, is probably the only Chrome extension that really gives out these kind of analytics. No, I'm really excited about some of the upcoming features. Is there anything else about Pretty Merch? Now, do you have a partner, or is this just primarily you that's developing the whole thing?
Well, pretty much it's yeah 99% me because
Uh-huh.
I also enjoy doing it. It's just fun for me. It does take time, but I like it. I do have a partner, but not in another business, so they have nothing to do with pretty much.
Okay.
But the
Well,
good thing is they can help me with other stuff,
sure.
so I can have more time to work on this.
Well, I'm glad you're really passionate about Pretty Merch, and hopefully you will continue with your efforts with Pretty Merch because like I said, I really enjoy it. Um, before I let you go, because I know it's super late there.
That's
And
all right. I'm always awake at this time. So
are you really?
yeah,
This is probably the time when you get the most work done. Like I said, I know you're
yeah,
married
that's how it
and
is.
you have kids, so you're probably spending the day with them, and at night is
No,
when you get most of your work done, huh?
yeah. Now everyone's sleeping. It's quiet, and I can
Uh-huh.
concentrate
Yeah,
until at
yeah,
least 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock every night. I like working.
yeah,
But the good thing
yeah.
is I don't have to get up at 7.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
good. That's good. No joke. Monday through Friday, I wake up at 5 a.m. every day.
really.
Yeah,
Do you go
yeah.
to go to the gym or to go to work?
To go to work. Here's the thing. I like to be in the office by like 7 o'clock.
Yeah,
Right. Number one, I just want to beat the traffic. I want to be in the office by 7. Um, and then I like to be out of the office as early as I can because I want the rest of the day to do other things. Right. So I'm
do you
usually
commute?
I commute. It's about a 45-minute drive
All right,
from home
that's not bad.
to my day job. So
Yeah,
it's not too bad. I mean, I think if I left like at 7 or 8, that 45-minute commute would be easy, a 90-minute commute.
yeah, yeah. Of course.
So I like to be up
Traffic.
early, man. I,
Yeah.
I just want to. So hey, Harris, before I let you go,
Hmm.
we are creeping up on our 100th episode, the Merch Minds podcast. Uh, Close to 2 years running now, and what we're
Cool.
doing is we're asking all our guests from previous episodes that have products or services, right? And I want to
Yeah.
ask you on air. In order to celebrate, we're gonna do like a huge giveaway. Okay,
All right.
we'll be honored, and you can say yes or no if you can give
Mm-hmm.
out one pretty merch license so that we can do a giveaway to help celebrate our 100th episode.
I'd love to. Let's give two.
Yes,
So, so I mean, at
yes.
least uh, two lifetime memberships for Pro,
Two
and
lifetime memberships for
yeah,
Pro.
you can decide how you give them out. How are you gonna do
Okay.
it? You're gonna have a draw or a contest or something?
We're trying to figure out the logistics, but
All right.
everyone that I've asked already, they're all on board. Neil
Of
Lassen from
course,
Merch
yeah.
Informer, and everyone's they're willing to help us celebrate. Thank you so much for doing that. It really does mean a lot.
It's a pleasure, of course, yeah.
Again, as a user and also an affiliate, it is a great tool. Um, we would love to have you back on the show. I know you're super busy. I'm not going to take up any more of your time because I want, as soon as you get off,
Get back to work,
I want you to
yeah.
get back to work and make these damn updates. Okay.
All right, I'll do that for you.
Harris, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me on the show, and hi to everyone.
Great interview with Harris. Glenn, I know you haven't heard it yet, but you will by the time this episode comes out.
Yes, sir.
Great guy, very humble, really dedicated into improving the extensions, and I highly recommend anyone who's not using it to use it. The thing is, there is a free version, like we mentioned in the interview, but there is a pro version. I recommend everyone to upgrade to the pro version because just the analytics alone, man, it will really help you with your business. Do you have the Chrome extension, Glenn?
No.
What the hell is going on?
I know.
What happened?
I told you I was like I had it in the beginning, then I don't have it anymore. But yeah,
You don't have.
I know, I know. Look, I'll listen to the interview and then we'll go from there.
We're gonna get you set up. I'm gonna reach out to Harris and say, look, hook my boy up. Um, but yeah, it's a very powerful Chrome extension. In fact, probably the best, uh, not the best, but the most popular Chrome extension on the market for Merch by Amazon. Um, what's going on, dude?
For
Anything
what?
planned for the weekend?
I don't know. I think the wife wants to go watch The Nun. That movie kind of based off
Oh
of
yeah,
Conjuring. Yeah, I mean we like horror movies, which is
so do
like
I,
our
dude.
main thing. Yeah, so there we
Yeah,
go.
I love horror flicks.
Yeah, so we might do that. Also outlet finds. I have a bunch of MVP passes I gotta use, so maybe a
Mhm.
combination of the two. You know what? She also has like one of her cousin's birthdays or something. Maybe we can skip that and go watch the movie.
Oh yeah, her cousin. What's up, dude? Is she hot?
No, this is like a kid's birthday party.
Ah,
I know. That's what I'm saying. We gotta. Hopefully, I can skip it somehow, and then we can
man.
go to the movies.
Well, for me, technically the office is closed next week. So that means I have the whole week off. I mean, I'm sure I'll be doing some work remotely regardless, but so I don't know, man. Maybe I'll head to East Oregon, like I was thinking about doing later this year. Maybe I'll freaking go out to El Paso, dude. If I go out to El Paso, what would we do?
Probably eat. That's all El Paso has is a bunch of like food restaurant things. We don't have anything like super cool. I mean, you're in California. What else? What else would you want? You have everything. I don't have
I don't
much
know,
of
man.
it.
I mean, would you take me sourcing and stuff?
Sure, if you want to go sourcing.
Hmm? Yeah, we can go sourcing. We can go eat. We can do all kinds of fun stuff.
Yep. Get a couple of beverages.
Yeah. No, I don't know, man. But again, next week I have the whole next week off. Really unexpected. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll figure something out. And then the week after that, I have a conference for work that I need to attend. So, but yeah, I mean, who knows? I'll figure something out. So where can people find you, man?
Hustler Hacks on YouTube. Email me hustlerhacks1@gmail.com.
And you guys can email me at yong@geekhustle.com, or just best way is to just message me on Facebook. And guys, thank you so much, man. We're approaching our 100th episode. Dude, when we first started the podcast, seriously, did you ever imagine that we'll be close to 2 years running?
I had no clue. I didn't even know if how merch was gonna do. I
Oh
mean, like
man,
it was so new,
freaking
no one
nuts.
knew anything about it.
Yeah, no. So this is seriously, guys. This is 100th episode is creeping up on us. We're so grateful for everyone supporting us, and that will be a fun show. See you guys next week.
See ya.